Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. In today's episode, we are entering the world of emotional intelligence, and we're going to be talking about therapy. So, I actually don't have much experience with therapy. The closest that I got to therapy was almost a decade ago, where there was this very sad incident that happened in my college. I was very close to a certain group of people that passed away. And what happened was that there were a lot of guidance counselors and psychologists that were monitoring the students that were close to the students that passed away. And then they were like, you guys should go to therapy. So they told me hey, you just went through a very tough moment. You should go to therapy for 15 minutes. Just give it a try. And that's what I did. I ended up getting this female therapist who I spoke to for roughly 15 minutes. Afterwards, we were done. And she gave me her card. She said, "I would like to see you again." And this whole tragedy happened around finals time. And I just couldn't make the time for it. So I never ended up going back to another session. But that one session, one thing that I recall was that it did feel good expressing myself and someone just listening. I don't know why I didn't go back. I think back then I thought, no, therapy is for crazy people. So that stigma prevented me from going back. Nowadays, I don't have too much thoughts on the matter. All I can go by is what other people are telling me. I know a couple of girls that have gotten divorced, and after the divorce, they're getting a lot of pressure from their family. Hey, when are you going to find someone soon? You're not getting any younger. They're blaming the divorce pretty much on her. And due to the pressure from the external world, a lot of these girls, they seek therapy. They go through a few therapists until they find one that resonates with them. And then they begin talking to this person for multiple sessions. Afterwards, I ask these girls, "What's the therapy doing for you?" And I can just tell that they have a different look to them. It's as though they have a glow. They say, "Armani, what a therapist does is that they take a bunch of data from your life that you willingly provide to them, and they help you make sense of it. Because when you're living your life, it's very difficult to step back and make sense of your life. That's what the therapist does." And as these girls are explaining the therapist's role in their lives, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's what writing does for me in my life. I guess writing is a form of therapy for me, even though I didn't view it like that. Every now and then, a few of my guy friends, entrepreneur friends to be more specific, are like, Armani, recently I got a therapist. And that's when I think the stigma, a therapist, is something wrong with you? They say, no, everything is going well. I actually made the most money that I ever made this year. Then why are you getting a therapist? And they say, I don't know, man. Me making a lot of money, it requires a lot of effort. And I bottle a lot of things up. And I go to the therapist to just talk to them. And I can just unleash everything. And afterwards, even though they don't give me any solutions, I feel good. Does that make sense? It does make sense, my friend. My thoughts on therapy is, if you don't go to it, don't offer so much opinions on it. Because I go on Twitter every now and then, and I see a lot of these guys that are trying to be macho. They're like, a therapy's for wimps. And then in their comment section, someone who goes to a therapist asks, when's the last time you went to one? And this guy is like, oh, I never been to one. Then how the hell do you know that therapy is for wimps? Maybe you should go to 1 to 3 sessions before providing an opinion. Until then, use the opinions of people that actually put in the reps. My thoughts on therapy is that if it works for you, go for it. I mean, different people process emotions in different ways. So if this session and or sessions is leading to clarity, emotional maturity, resilience, then I'm not going to hate on it. Keep doing you. If you enjoyed today's talk and you want more practical insights like this into emotional intelligence, be sure to check out the ArmaniTalks free daily newsletter. Within this newsletter, you will learn much more about EQ, breath control, mental clarity, concentration skills, and much more. Join the tribe by checking out the link in the description box or go on ArmaniTalks.com/newsletter and sign up today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks podcast, and I'll catch you next time.